You're listening to the VTZone.com's weekly Scoutcast. Everything Hokies. And now here's publisher Jason Stamm.
I am Jason Stamm, publisher of the VTZone.com, and welcome to another Scoutcast. Joined, as always, per usual, by Doug Bowman. Doug, how's everything going in Rich Vegas?
It's going pretty well. Can't complain.
Well, I guess that's always a plus if you can't complain. Also in Rich Vegas, Derrick Hopkins. Skip, can you complain about anything?
It's kind of hot, but I'm good. I'm not complaining. You know, nice sunny day, so I appreciate that. It's better than the rain that we had a couple days ago. So I'm happy for the sunshine.
Yeah. Well, so we got sunshine. We got a few complaints. Really some updated news here right before we started our podcast here. I want to jump right in. We had the kickoff time for the Battle at Bristol has been announced, or at least reported. I wouldn't say maybe announced, but it looks like it's going to be that primetime 8 p.m. game on ABC on September 10th. Of course, we already knew about all of the stuff with the concert that was announced on Tuesday. So should be a big weekend. Doug, what do you think about that kickoff time and just kind of the events and everything that's being, now it's really coming together?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's going to be the biggest college football game ever, 160,000 people. So, you get the big concert Friday night before, get the 8 p.m. primetime game. I mean, it would have kind of been weird if it was the biggest game and all of a sudden it's a noon game or 3:30 start. So just kind of adds to the anticipation. And if 160,000 sober people are going to be pretty loud, I think 160,000 drunk people are going to be even louder.
Skip, what do you think about that start time? Skip,
That's prime time, man.
Yeah.
8 o'clock prime time, man. That's when everybody's gonna be watching you. So it's gonna be. I think it's a good time. I mean, like I said last week, 3:30 to 4 is probably the best time to play, but 8 o'clock is still good because it's late. You can kind of rest during the day and get ready for the game. But that's prime time, man. 8 o'clock. It's a big game for them.
So are you planning on going, Skip, as of right now?
No, I'm not going. If I'm not on the sidelines, I'd rather watch it at my house with nice TV. And plus, Tennessee, that's a good drive out there. So I think I'm gonna watch it.
I wasn't sure if Kenny Chesney, now that he's going to be there, if that was going to be enticing at all to make it go.
No, I'm not really. I don't know who that guy is, so it's not really going to entice me to head out there. So I'm sure a lot of people like him though. So.
Yeah, that's what I hear. At least I hear good things, Doug. I don't know if that's going to entice you or not, but I hear good things about Kenny Chesney.
Hey, we'll see. That's going to be that's shaping up to be a pricey weekend, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm doubting I'll go to that one. I mean, we're planning on going the day of to cover the game, so I don't know if it'll work to go 2 weeks in a row down there and traffic twice. But
yeah, I mean they had that Brad Paisley concert last year before the Ohio State game. At least that one was free. This one sounds like
that one was awesome. I went to that one. I had a very fun time at that one. Of course, I like Brad Paisley, but
it sounds like they're gonna charge it. They're gonna extract some more money from the attendees for that Kenny Chesney concert. So
that's my guess. I kind of doubt this one being free. So I mean,
yeah,
it could be, but I'm doubting it. So I will say, guys, before we go further, I'd kind of plan on starting with this. We kind of got started with the kickoff time being announced, but I do want to give a shout out. I don't know if you guys want to say anything, but prayers for all the victims over at UCLA, another senseless shooting, and obviously at Virginia Tech, kind of know all too well about that stuff, and very, very disappointing, very saddened to hear about the news coming out of UCLA today.
Seconded.
Yeah. So.
Third.
So yeah, I hope. I don't know. It just seems like it's never going to end. It seems like it's just when's the next one going to happen, and that's really sad. We've gotten to that point. So All right, let's get back into some sports stuff, some Virginia Tech stuff, and I do want to talk about on the football side, Doug. Virginia Tech did get a pretty big, at least I consider him a pretty big commitment on Friday. Hezekiah Grimsley, receiver from Lafayette High School over in Williamsburg. I don't know if you guys had a chance to read what his coach said about him, but I mean, some really, really high stuff. He's a track athlete. Basically, I think the only time he wasn't on the field was with punts. He did not punt, and his coach said he's probably going to punt this year. So, knowing what kind of need they have at wide receiver, Doug, how big is it to get a guy like this in there?
Yeah, he talked about the need at receiver. I mean, it's huge. So anytime they can, land one of their wide receiver targets, I think that's huge. And being a track guy, obviously he's got some speed to him. And I mean, Fuente's offense, he wants to spread you out and go 4 wide and things like that. So anybody that's got track star speed, I think checks off that box in the list of things Fuente wants in a wide receiver.
Skip, any thoughts about the new receiver?
Yeah, I think it's good. Like you guys said, we need more receivers. So to get a commit, a receiver that commits to us is always a good thing. And plus, I mean, you said his coach said he can do all things, so that's also a plus. He can play different positions also. Now he's not just a one dimension guy, so that's always a positive when you're looking at recruiting or anything that guys can come in and play different positions and not just he's just a wide receiver. He can play all types of receivers and whatever that the coach needs to play, he can do. So that's always a positive.
So obviously, in addition to that, basketball also got a commitment this week from Tyree Pig Jackson. His nickname is Pig. So I don't know what to think, Doug. When you get a guy whose nickname is Pig, we've had some good nicknames before.
I mean, he's eating.
It's always a favorite of mine. But what do you think of Pig Jackson?
Well, his nickname means he's out there eating all the time. He's getting those buckets. He's eating.
I hope that's the Pig. I hope he's not eating off the court so much.
He's gonna be doing that like spooning motion into the mouth. It's a celebration, like he's eating. But as far as the actual commitment as a basketball player, I thought it was surprising that they went after a point guard. We've talked about the need for a center or power forward, at least somebody tall. And they're pretty loaded at point guard with Seth Allen and Justin Robinson. So interesting that they took a guy like this late. But I mean, I guess you gotta trust Buzz Williams. He sees something in him and wants to give him a shot.
Yeah, I mean, he's a kid that really came on late. That's for sure. Of course, a lot of that is he just recently got qualified to be able to be in this situation too. So I think that also added to it. But his brother is Tadrick Jackson, who plays for Georgia Tech. So he's got some good bloodlines. I don't know, Skip. Are you surprised to see him go after another point at this? For 2016 right now.
Not surprised. I mean, if the guy can play, he can play. So I mean, I'm not surprised that he went after a player that he liked and he got. So I just like to see a big man commit, but the guy can play and coaches like him. I mean, I can't blame him for wanting to go after him and trying to get him because you never have too many point guards or shooting guards. So if he can play, he can play. But I still like to see some big guys. I need some 6'10" guys in here, like 6'11", to get some rebounds and stuff like that. But I mean, if he liked them and he went after him, so ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and that's something, I think everybody wants to see him obviously get some of these big guys, and I just don't know if it's going to happen. I mean, they've struggled, and they've missed in a lot of guys, and they've got a few for 2017, but even then, some of the guys are really big on 2017. Amir Sims is one of the first guys that comes to mind. He's only about 6'8", So he's not like some big center. So they're really struggling in getting some of these big 6'10", 6'11" guys. They do have Kerry Blackshear, and you get Johnny Hamilton one more year, but I don't know.
I think
Doug.
it's particularly concerning just because you don't know if Johnny Hamilton can play because he didn't play this year. So, and then Blackshear's got that foot issue, and I mean that's always he stayed healthy all of last year, but whether he picks up 2 quick fouls in a game, and then you got to play Hamilton or go super small, or that foot flares up at some point or something like that, and then all of a sudden you're down to one center, and Zach Leday and Chris Clark are power forwards, but they're 6'7" on their tippy toes. So I mean that's the concern, and that's why I thought they'd definitely go after a big, but.
Yeah, and I think part of it is just I don't know how much is really out there. I mean, they've gone after some JUCO guys, and at this point right now, I mean, we see what they've got in the last 2 years. Not to put down Shane Henry and Johnny Hamilton, but that's kind of what's left this time of year. There's just not a lot left. So you hope you get a guy who qualifies late, like a Tyree Jackson, and I know they didn't have any luck with transfers either. They had a few, especially early on. The big one from Delaware and a few other guys that were interested seemed to kind of strike out with all that group too. So I guess if nothing else, it's just good to kind of get another body. I guess at this point, if nothing else.
Yeah, I think you made a good point about kind of the talent level of guys out there right now. Shane Henry and Johnny Hamilton being the two guys that they've gotten at this time over the last 2 years trying to fill that big man hole. So maybe Buzz just said, we can't get anybody worth it at this time, so you might as well just save the scholarship and try and get somebody who can play for 3 or 4 years and develop and, has a chance to play more than 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's my thought. It doesn't help them, much going into this coming season, but looking long term, it may be the best option. So, as far as assistant coach Doug, we were on this podcast last week talking about. We thought that they had a pretty good idea of who it was going to be, and according to a report by Mark Berman, looks like that's not the case. So, I guess if that report is accurate, who knows if he's Dale Layer is saying something to kind of throw everybody off, but if Dale Layer is not the guy, then I don't know, where do they go still from here? Because it looks like there's not a lot of movement right now. There's not a lot of openings, so where do they look for?
Yeah, that's a great question. Certainly, I don't think Dale Layer would necessarily lie or to be misleading. I don't see that. I don't see why that would make sense to do that. But I think Buzz has been coaching for a long time and knows a lot of people, so I'm sure there's somebody out there that maybe isn't completely happy in his position and maybe has a Virginia connection and wants to come closer to home or something like that. There'll be somebody out there that fits what Buzz is looking for. I'm sure he's looking for a guy who can make an impact on the recruiting trail. Is in July the big month for basketball recruiting?
Yeah, I mean you've got June. You've got a lot of camps and guys can still take visits. They actually just had a visit, I guess earlier this week. Would that have been Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday. They had a visit from Najee Marshall, big time kid for 2017. So guys can visit. But as far as the open period, yeah, that's not till July where they can actually get out and watch these guys on the weekends. And you're at the Peach Jam and the Under Armour, finals and AAU finals. A lot of stuff going on that month in particular. So they do have some time, but I think they've got to not quite wait around on it too much either. So let's see, guys. I did want to talk about. The other thing over the weekend, Skip, Cam Chancellor had his Bam Bam Spring Jam over in 757. A lot of celebrities, a lot of athletes.
Bam Bam Spring Jam, wow.
You like that?
Yeah.
This is third one I think he's done now, and it seems to be getting bigger and bigger each time. So He's had some guys from the Seahawks come with him. I know Marshawn Lynch was there. Richard Sherman was there. Of course, he had Michael Vick, Tyrod Taylor. A lot of local, guys, people with local ties, but a lot of celebrities. First of all, I guess I got to ask Skip, why were you not in the Bam Bam Spring Jam?
I don't know, man. I didn't get invited. I came to show up. Hey, what's up, man? I wasn't invited, so I didn't even know about it, honestly. But yeah, that's why.
Well, I mean, I guess I got to ask: are you going to come up with your own? I know you're doing the big man camp you talked about coming up, but are you going to do your own spring jam or something?
Nah, I doubt it, man. My spring jam it's my camps, man. That's my my two big things this summertime. So I guess you can call that the hop hop jam or something. I don't know. Hop hop jam or something.
I wasn't sure if you can do like a celebrity softball tournament, or you could do a kickball tournament, or
a skipball tournament.
Skipball, I love it. Yes, we'll get the skipball tournament going.
I could go skipball and make up my own game and play and run on the field or something like that. Yeah, I make up a skipball. I can do that.
I definitely think we should get the skipball tournament going if it isn't already. So,
no, you know what? You get a fat man football game going. That's what we need. a big man football game.
Some big man touchdowns.
Yeah, that's what we need. Some big man celebration stuff. We always see the little guys scoring, and we need some big guys that can run a little bit too.
Well, Skip,
get that going.
Does it mean anything, though, to have a guy like Cam Chancellor, big-time former Virginia Tech player, kind of giving back to the community and, having an event like this? Is that kind of what you expect him to do? Oh,
yeah, definitely. Especially a guy like him. He can bring a lot of people together in a peaceful way. So it's good. It's always good to get back to your hometown, your community that you was raised up in, and people that you grew up with. It's always to get back and show you support. Guys that don't get back or don't go back to their hometown, I don't think it's right. Because that's where you grew up. That's where that's where you live for a long period of time, and for you not to go back, it's a shame. Because guys look up to you. Guys, some guys, especially if you're an athlete, guys want to be you. Guys, I want to be like Cam Chancellor. I want to be, like Tyrod Taylor, whoever that athlete is in that hometown. Guys look up to you. So for you to go back and have an event, or just to be, go back and be in town and go to some high schools, whatever the case may be, is big, and it just brings the community together, and it's just good for the young males and the young athletes, also women, who want to, go and do something with their life in the field of like sports, because a lot of guys, not just from the 757, but a lot of guys, see basketball or see sports as their only way out, and it's see guys from that area to go out and do it and be successful at it. It just gives them more motivation to go and do the same thing. So yeah, I think it's always good to come back and and show your support to your hometown community. So.
Doug, were you surprised, though? I mean, he had, state senators there, and, it was a big deal. Were you kind of surprised at the turnout of this thing?
I mean, Cam Chancellor's a big name, and, if he asks you to come, I'm not turning him down. But, he's a big name, especially in the 757, and he does a lot of good work there. So, I think it's good to pull from as many, if you talked about the senators, I think that's good to have kind of, you're not just bringing back Tyrod and athletes, you're bringing back guys who've, been successful in other walks of life. So I think that's huge for the area. And, Cam's doing good things. Bam, bam.
Bam, bam. Well, and as far as Virginia Tech's concerned, I know Zon Burden tweeted out he was there. And a big target for Virginia Tech, Devon Hunter, tweeted he was also there. Apparently he got to go kind of backstage a little bit. Doug, do you think does that help Virginia Tech, the fact that he's Cam's kind of not really recruiting him officially, but kind of taking him under his wing, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, if in the scout database, if Devin Hunter commits to Virginia Tech, you better put recruited by Cam Chancellor. Because it's going to be as much as him as, he's just, we were talking about tweeting him, Cam tweeting at him a couple months ago, and now he's backstage at the Cam Bam Bam Jam, so.
Cam Bam Bam, I like it.
So,
it's like adding Cams and Bams every time you say it.
Yeah, well, Cam's doing a good job there, and, obviously Cam's probably the biggest defensive back safety guy Virginia Tech's had in a while, and he's a big name in the NFL. So, yeah, I think things are going well in that department.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah, Skip.
If I was a mayor, if I was a politician, a local politician in that area, I would definitely want to go. That's how I get votes, man. You go to a Camp Chancellor event. That's your people. Oh, hey, how you doing? I go. That's how you get people to like you, and you go into a community event and showing your face and having a little fun. Man, that's how you get votes, man.
Yeah, if you're a politician and you get Cam Chancellor's endorsement,
you
lock it up.
you definitely pretty good, and especially in that area.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how everything works in that area, but if you're a local politician and you trying to get votes, or trying to get people to like you, or whatever the case may be, that's a perfect event to go to. It's I was there, and I gave my support to Cam and what he's doing, and blah blah blah. Shoot, I'll be the first one there. Hey, y'all.
So, but the goal now is we have to get Skip. We have to get your big man camp up to at least getting close to that level.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get there. It's just my first time,
Oh, I know it's gonna take some time, but we'll promote it on here, and all our loyal listeners will be, I'm sure, wanting to come out and check out Skip's Big Man. Is that what it's called? Skip's Big Man Camp, or do you have a name for it?
No, it's just Derrick Hopkins Big Man or D lineman clinic.
Okay.
It's not a Bam Bam Jam. That's but it's just my name and D line clinic. That's about it.
See, I think it needs to be something like Skip, Rip, and Dip or something like.
Nah,
it's like the moves that you do. So
I don't know about skip and dip. That's kind of
like skip, rip,
swim
and dip.
move.
I like it. Swim move. I like it. All right. Well, let's see. Doug,
what else we talking about?
You got a shout out this week?
Oh, we already jumping to shout outs?
Yeah, we're already. Well, there's not a ton going on right now, so we can always go in, more in depth with shout outs, but.
Oh, more in depth with shout outs. That's great. Shout out to Golden State. That was fun. Down 3-1, came back 4-3. Steph and Clay. That was fun to watch.
Were you surprised? I was kind of surprised. I thought this was going to be, Oklahoma City had been on a roll, man. What happened?
Yeah. Clay Thompson in Game 6 was ridiculous. And playing that Golden State, once you get back to Game 7, I think the Warriors were going to win that one. But Game 6 was just absurd how I don't even think Klay Thompson looked at the basket, and they were going in, and I don't know.
Skip, were you surprised?
I was stuck in the middle. I wasn't surprised. I knew Golden State could pull it out. But I was surprised that OKC just let them come back and just win, 3 games in a row. You had them on the ropes. All you had to do was close it out, finish it, and they couldn't. And now they have a chance of losing Kevin Durant now. So
yeah, let's go on the record right now. Who's Kevin Durant playing for next year?
Nobody in the West.
Really? You don't think he's going to stay with OKC?
You got to give him a team.
Give him a team? You go first.
I think he's going to stay in Oklahoma City.
I do too. I think it just makes the most sense for him. I mean, I don't know if either you guys read the Sports Illustrated story, and that's just one story, but he just seems like he's at home there. I mean, he just likes the atmosphere, and he's the dude in OKC.
Yeah, I mean, it makes the most sense in that regard, and money, he makes
he'll get a max
50
deal.
million. Yeah.
Well,
he can sign a 1-year deal, and then when the cap goes up again next year, he can get a boatload more money. So that's why that makes the most sense. But I could see him, if he leaves, I agree with Skip, and he's going to go to the East, where it'll be a cakewalk into the finals against LeBron every year, and then it'll just be him versus LeBron for a spot in the NBA finals.
Yeah,
so I could see him. Boston or Miami would be the teams in the East. I don't think he'll go to the Wizards, even though it's his home team.
Nah, if he goes to Miami, that's a game changer, man.
Yeah, everybody likes to go spend a couple years in Miami at some point. So
he gonna be like LeBron, go to Miami, get a couple championships, and go back.
Yeah, exactly. You get to spend 4 years down there. Okay, sign me up.
I'm gonna give my shout out to. I'm gonna get back to Virginia Tech here and give it to track and field. Man, they got 4 pole vaulters going to the Nationals, which is a pretty good accomplishment. Even Whit Babcock, I think, tweeted out about it. Man, track and field is really good at Tech.
Yeah, they've had a couple national champions in that. I think they call it the indoor hammer throw or something, indoor weight throw.
Yeah, uh-huh.
They got a little pipeline from somewhere in, East Russia or something that keeps turning out national champions. But it's pretty impressive.
East Russia.
East Russia, yeah, I didn't realize.
Something like that. One of those countries out there.
Yeah, we'll call it East Russia. Or former Soviet country, we'll just say that.
Yeah.
I was wanting to pole vault.
Did you?
At least try it out, but
I think
we couldn't afford the pole vault equipment, so I don't think we didn't get it. We didn't do pole vault because we couldn't afford equipment. I don't think so.
Skip, that's pretty tough That's pretty tough for a 300-pound guy to pole vault too.
I heard Virginia Tech's marketing team is looking for some halftime performances for next year's basketball season.
So can we skip pole vaulting?
Yeah.
I want to see that, man. If you found that'd be obviously no offense at all, Skip. I'm just saying, you'd have to have a very durable pole vault to a pole, I think, to get up like that.
I feel some shade coming my way right now. It's not cool, man. I thought we were friends.
Well, Skip, I'll let you leave it on the last note here. Who are you giving your shout out to?
I ain't getting no shout out, man. Shade is taking over my shout out. I'm not giving no shout outs, man. Next week,
Skip, man. You pole vault all you want to, man. We'll be behind you.
No, it doesn't look like it. Fans, man, they're just throwing shade, man. We don't get no shout outs this week. I'll see y'all next week. Signing out.
Well, Skip, do you have any more details on your big man camp yet?
Yeah, I have. I'm doing 2 clinics. They're both 2 days. The first one's in June 23rd through 24th, and the second one is July 7th and the 8th. I'm doing it at Holland Springs, and the max people for each day is 24 people. I want to keep it, tight and kind of personal. So I can kind of teach everybody and not have 50 guys there and, trying to coach everybody. I just want to keep it small, keep it, tight so I can coach and, have a good time with everybody. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll be posting more stuff in the next couple of days about registration and everything like that. But, yeah, that's the details. And the age group is 14 and up.
Okay.
So, hey, man, Jason, you and Doug want to come out? I can teach you guys some moves and stuff, man. Y'all want to sign up for it?